Okay. So yes, hi guys, welcome to this new cohort of 10 day Jetpack Compose. So yes, I would be very happy if you can open your camera and this is because our first session, and I want to introduce myself, and I want to know more about you guys. So yes, great. If you can open, yes, it would be great.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. धीरे धीरे ओपन हो रहा है करेक्ट सही है काफ़ी न्यू चेहरे हैं I like a lot of new faces. I think we have some people from outside India, correct? Uh, just taking notes. Okay, just a second. Can see screenshot of this. Okay, so actually I am recording the session, so no need to take the meeting notes. Like you can take the notes personally, but I am recording the session. I will provide all the things. Just a second. Yes, cool. So yes, now guys, tell me how are you? Are you excited to join this and to join the first class?
Yes, yes.
Uh, Great. Yes, like right now we have 14 members. Okay, so without any wasting time, so let me first introduce myself. I like little bit introduce myself. So most of the I am Azim Siddiqui, and I have more than 5 years of experience completely in Android development, and I have worked with the multiple startups, multiple service-based company. So my first company was the Nagaro, which is in Gurgaon, a service-based company. So after the Nagaro, I have worked with the ShareChat. Then after I have worked with the Battery Smart, that was very early age startup, and my last company was the Blinkit. So I was there in the April. So in the April I resigned from there, and started creating content and starting doing the freelancing. So also doing building some brands as well, but that I have not posted on the LinkedIn, but yes, very soon I will post on the LinkedIn. Okay, so that's pretty much about me. Now, just I want to know, guys, about you guys. Keep it as simple and make it only 2 to 3 lines. Just your name, it is visible already. But yes, if you are working in a company, or if you are a fresher, and if you are giving the interviews, and what is your expectations from this cohort. So these kind of things. You can anyone can go one by one. Then let's quickly start the session after this.
Hi everyone, I'm Vishal Kotak, and currently I'm working at Primebook India, which is a startup in Delhi, and I'm currently actively looking for a job. So I just thought it is a good start to start learning Jetpack Compose from here.
Yes, how many years of experience you have?
So I have 3.6 years of experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is basically combined of application as well as framework level experience.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Great. Yes. Next. Anyone just anyone.
Hey, hi everyone. Myself Saurabh. I'm currently working for Adeco Private Limited, but I'm working for PayPal as a consultant. So I'm also actually looking for a change of job and have 10 years of experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you worked with the Compose ever?
No. Recently we started migrating, so that's the reason I thought this would be handy for me to learn the things. Yeah. That's why I joined this course.
Okay. Great. Yes, Han is also here. Yes, guys. Next.
Yeah, myself Sai. I have 10 plus years of experience. I'm currently working as technology specialist in Litmus 7, Bangalore. And I know Kotlin, MVVM and everything, but when it comes to Jetpack Compose, I have some hiccups. Whenever I try to start something, I can't able to complete it. So I just need someone who can guide me to make things faster, better, scalable.
Great. Great. Yes.
Hi,
Anyone?
I can go next.
Yes. Yes.
My
Yes.
name
Yes.
is
Sure.
Han. Right now I'm based in the US and currently I'm working on at a private company, and I have 5 year experience. Yeah, and I joined this course because I would like to learn more about like Jetpack Compose and how can we use it in productions. So yeah, excited to join this course.
Great, great, huh? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi all, this is Vaibhav. So basically, I have 7+ years of experience with Android, and like I just want to like grab some more info about Compose here. So that's why I joined this course.
Okay,
That's the thing.
great. Yes, Ashish, you can go, or Satyam, anyone.
Yeah. Hi, Ajit.
Yes,
Hi,
yes.
hello everyone. Myself, Ashish Rai. I have a 2.6 year of experience, and I am working at a startup as an Android developer. So basically, here I am to learn the compose or more internally how it's work basically.
Cool. Great.
Hi all, uh, my name is Satyam Dikshit. I have total 3.8 years of experience. Currently, I'm working at Accenture and I'm looking for a good opportunity outside. That's why I'm seeking this Jetpack Compose Core too. And earlier, don't I never go through this Jetpack Compose, so first time.
Okay, no worry. Yes. Remaining guys, you can go.
So
Hello
I'm going
everyone.
next.
Yes, anyone.
Okay. So myself Omkar, and like currently I'm working at Curly Tails, and like I do have over 2.5 years of experience, and like till now I have been working on XML views wala part. So I just wanted to explore like how we can utilize the power of Jetpack Compose in day-to-day life of development. So that's why I joined this part. And main thing which I want to know is server driven UI. That's why that is the main thing behind this
Yes,
joining this course.
yes, obviously, like
So that's from myself.
we will definitely cover the SDUI part, and this is the like second last class of this cohort, and yes, like we will
Yes, yes,
discuss in the detail.
yes, yes, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, Hello
Yes.
everyone. I'm Adish and I have 5+ years of experience in Android development. And then currently I'm working at Samsung Electronics. And Jetpack Compose is a new topic for me, so I want to know it in detail. Like I've already done a course, but I think some depth is missing. So that's why I've joined it.
Okay, so like you have some basic knowledge of the compose.
Yeah, I have done a course on Udemy, so
Okay,
some more time.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So hi all. I am Ravi Teja. So I'm having 8 years experience. So I'm looking for a job currently. So previously and all, I worked on XML designs only. So now I'm looking for a job change. So in every company, they are asking about Jetpack Compose only. So I want to learn in real time, like how it will be. Hope we'll get some good knowledge on this, and also interview level. Also, we get some information.
Yes,
I, I,
definitely.
I saw your things on posts on like LinkedIn. It's very useful. So from there, I came here.
Like actually, compose has started since like 2 to 3 years back. Like company has started using, but like right now, most of the companies started using. It's
Yeah,
still on the
yeah.
production as well.
The previous companies everywhere. Currently, XML is only going on. But right now, I'm looking for a job change. Everyone is asking Jetpack Compose with experience.
Yes.
Will not get. If anyone gives anyone gives opportunity only, will get it right. But I don't know why they are asking. So I want to gain some knowledge on that.
Great. Okay. Sure. Yes.
Hi everyone. Uh, my name is Syed Rizwan Hashmi. I'm from Maharashtra and I am having 8+ years of experience. Currently, I am working for Atlas Skill Tech University. Uh, I have some experience in Jetpack Compose. I have done projects, but actually, I want to learn more about Jetpack Compose, like recomposing and state, and the main part of SDUI.
Okay. Okay. Great. STUI we will cover. We will cover.
Yes.
Yes, anyone wants to go? Otherwise, like we will going to start.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Archana Agrawal, and I have more than 10 years of experience. But in Android, I would say it is around 6 plus. Then, along with Android, I do have experience in Angular and React and Svelte. And currently, I'm looking for change. That's why I thought it's good to join this. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so I think like most of the people like are having more than 6 years of experience, like mostly. So I think like most of the people are senior more than me. But yes, like yes, I have working in the compose since last like 3 years and since with three organizations. So in the share chat there was also compose, and in battery smart I have created the complete architecture, complete SDUI, like the whole system design, using the like Jetpack compose. And yes, in the Blinkit. So actually I was in the team of the Blinkit with Zomato. So actually they have a rider app, correct? So the rider app is common for the Blinkit and Zomato. So I was in the like common team. So my working was on the actually their STUI in the XML, not in the compose, obviously. But it's like they are migrating the things, so I got a chance to explore the STUI or like the things in the recycle. Oh, sorry, like in the XML using the recycler as well. So yes, like pretty much cool and yes, nice to have you. So okay, so should we start?
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. There is one request from my side. Like, please make this session interactive as much as possible. You can, correct, so that like I can share my more knowledge to you. And one more thing is that like if somewhere like if I am lagging or like I do some mistake, like you can also tell the things, correct. Like as many people's here are the senior peoples, correct. So I'm expecting these things as well. Like might be I will learn something from you as well, correct. Okay. Um, so just want to know like what actually. So okay, before moving to the compose, first let's like I just want to understand what are the exactly problems with the XML UI. Like before the compose, people are building the UI using the XML. So like everything was working fine. Then why it is the need of new thing like compose? Why? Like there might be some issues, correct, to like for the resolution of that like Google introduced the Jetpack compose, but I just want to know what are those issues or what are those kind of things that is uh, basically like disturbing the UIs.
So I think repetitive code can be one thing.
Okay.
Updating UI, like it is inconsistent, right?
Updating UI inconsistent means like here what does it mean here?
There is like no single source of like data and something like that.
Okay.
We are updating UI from multiple places.
Yes, correct. This is the another problem. Any other problem?
Null pointer exception with find view IDs.
Definitely.
But we can resolve by binding, right?
Correct. But like still we need to add the like bindings, these things.
Binding, yeah.
Reusability of components.
But like that we can also do in the XML as well. But it is little much tricky in that as compared to the exam as compared to the compose. But yes, we can do there as well. Any other thing?
Single screen.
Single language for code and UI.
Live preview.
Live preview.
Concise code.
Just what?
Concise code.
Concise code. Okay.
Declarative.
Okay, declarative. We will discuss about the declarative in like in few minutes. But let's remove this term declarative. Okay. Apart from this, just want to know the like things. Like what else issues we are facing. So this that is the like most common issue is the recycler view. Like I think recycler view is the like biggest nightmare for every developer to create like for each screen separate recycler view. Like if you want to create a screen, you need to create adapter, you need to create the layout, you need to create the items, like a lot of the things you need to create. Like if you have the custom like centralized system, that it might be like less code, but else like you need to create all the things again and again. Clear? If I am not wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, basically to avoid these things, like we must have a framework or or any tool or like any kind of library that resolve these kind of issues. Correct. So that's why Google introduced a new framework, that is the Jetpack Compose modern UI framework. Why we are seeing modern UI framework to the Jetpack Compose? Because like each and everything from the like state update to the dynamic update to the like animations to the like optimization as well, and also the code concise as well, like in every term, like it is literally the modern way of building the UIs. Clear? Someone highlighted the find view by ID. Yes, of course, in Compose we don't have find view by ID. Yes, in Compose we don't have the recycler view. Yes, in Compose, like we don't need to update the UI manually. Clear? How many of you have experience or like have the have any chance to get work with the Flutter, React, or like Swift UI? Anyone? Anyone have worked any time?
I worked on Flutter.
Yes, okay. And with React Native or like Swift UI? Okay, so like those who have worked with the Flutter, so actually that same concept is already there in the Flutter, in the React Native and the Swift UI, but there was no any concept in the Android side, native Android side. So that's why like there is a Jetpack Compose comes into the picture. And what is the major or concept of the Jetpack Compose? Major concept is that you have only single UI, single source of truth, and like based of the state change, the UI will automatically get updated. Clear? These are like major concept. Like you don't need to update the things manually. You don't need to change the visibility of any item manually. Like if it is true, then it is visible. If it is not true, then it is not visible. So manually, most of the time we are doing like this in each item in the XML. But in Compose, we don't need to do like these kind of things. Our UI or compiler, Compose compiler will do these kind of things automatically based on the state changes. Clear? So let me share my screen and let me try to show you some things. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes.
Like Excalibur is visible. No? So I have prepared some points for you so that it is easy to understand. Yes. So what is Jetpack Compose? Actually, it is a modern UI framework, like to create the beautiful UI instead of using the XML. Correct? So what are the problems? So problems that we have already discussed is the like UI is not state driven. So in the XML, we are creating the UI using the XML in the .xml file like this, and in the Java or Kotlin file, we are doing the or like we are updating the state or value manually. Clear? Now, what is the problem with this? So here you must manually update the views. You must remember like what is the visibility, it is enabled or disabled, what are the loading states, it is error or what, anything. And based on that, you need to apply the checks. If it is visible or like if it is enabled, then we need to show the visibility true or like show the visibility gone. Kind of like this. We need to do these kind of checks every time. Clear? So like if you forget anything, like if you forget to change the visibility, like let's say you change the visibility to the visible, but on the else part, if you have not changed the visibility to the gone, so it will create the UI bug. Okay. I think you have also faced that thing in the recycler view. If some item
Yes.
is reusable, because like what recycler view does, recycler view reuse the items. Clear? Now if the visibility of first item is is visible and you forget to change the visibility for the new item, so it will show the value of the previous item. it was not correctly updated. Clear? Now, the term is come imperative and declarative. So I just want to know from you guys what actually the imperative and declarative is. Anyone like whatever you know, like you can tell any point.
Anjum, could you please repeat? I just there is some network issue. I didn't listen the question.
Yes. So I am saying I just want to know the difference between imperative and declarative. Like someone has said the declarative, and so for the declarative we also have the imperative. Now, so have you ever heard these terms, or like if you have heard, then what is the difference between imperative and declarative approach?
So I think imperative is something like traditional XML, and whereas declarative is Jetpack Compose, where we focus on the UI, how it should given a state or everything as such.
So like if we forget about the XML or compose, so what are the like generic terms, or what are the generic meanings of imperative and declarative?
Generally, imperative is nothing but executing sequence of statements in a sequence manner. It will go. That is the imperative.
Okay.
Step by step, it will execute. That's the
And then what is the declarative?
Declarative, based on whatever we give, it will go.
Based on what? Like any
Whatever.
example, just like. Anyone, guys, anyone. Okay, no worry. Let me tell you. So actually, these are the two terms. Like imperative, the generic meaning is like how to do the things. Let's say like you tell the system step by step what to do. Like if it is true, then you need to enable this. If it is false, then you need to manually disable this. And you are doing, and you are telling the compiler all these things step by steps. Correct? Like compiler will not changing the visibility automatically. You need to write the code. You can see if it is loading, then you need to write the things manually. You are telling the Android system that please change the visibility of the progress bar. If it is false, then you are telling the compiler, then please do the visibility as gone. So you are doing this manually. But what if based on this state, my visibility is changed automatically? I don't need to specify these things step by step. So that is the declarative approach. Correct? So declarative means like what you want. Let me write this. I will share these short notes with you as well. Declarative means actually like what you want. Now imperative means how to do basically.
How to do it.
Yes. So these are the like basic things, and based on these simple terms, our whole XML and compose is differentiate to each other. Clear? Now imagine like what is the problem with this? Imagine let's say like you have 10 states, correct? And you have like let's say 5 views. Let's say right now you have progress bar, and there might be 4 more views apart from progress bar as well. And you have also multiple API calls. So every time you need to write each and everything step by step to change the basically views based on the state changes. So it's a like lot of if else conditions. Clear? But in the compose, like our UI will only render on the screen if the condition is true. You need to understand like this. If this is my screen, This is my mobile screen. If I write this code, let's say I made a text here. So it means if I run this code, correct, without any changing in the Java file, so it means like this text view is rendered on my screen by default. But in case of compose, if I have not write any logic, anything, any state changes, then there is no component will render on the screen. Clear? Like
Yes.
if I write is visible, then only my text will render on the screen. Because here you can see here we are my text is already rendered, we are only changing the visibility. Now in this case our text is not rendered, so we don't need to change this manually. Clear? Any doubt?
Can you explain it again?
Okay, so yes, I'm telling the declarative imperative. So in the declarative you are telling the how to do the things in the imperative basically. So you tell the input system कि like if my state is this, then you need to change the visibility, you need to change you need to set the text, you need to show and hide the snack bar as well, like anything, any operations. So you need to specify all the steps manually. And if it is not loading, then in the else part you also need to reverse the things. Clear? But in case of declarative, component is not rendered. Component will only rendered if my condition is true. But here you can see my text or progress bar is already rendered because we have specified or designed in the XML layout. You got it the point?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next problem with the recycler view. I think screen stopped. Just a second. Why it is creating issue? My screen visible? Okay. Now the problem with the recycler view. Correct. So we need to every time we need to make the adapter, view holder, diff utils, notify data set change. Correct. And if we are not using the recycler view functions efficiently, so there are a lot of chances that our UI will lag, and like there can be like a lot of bugs in the recycler view. And also like we every time we need to control these all things manually. Like you need to write all the things in the onBind view holder, on create view holder. These kind of code, it is not there in the lazy column. Like for just a single list render, like think about this, forget about the recycler view. If I just need to create the list, then why I need to like do or create all these classes? It's a simple list now. So compose resolve this issue using the lazy column and lazy row. And like you can create a list even single 30-second with the proper, if you have the proper expertise in the compose, then literally in the 30-second you can create a simple list. Okay, so it's a quite very handy in the compose. Now you got to understand the difference, what actually the need of the compose.
Yes.
Okay, now yes. So the key idea behind the compose is UI equal to change in the state. Correct? So if state change, UI should automatically change. And this is the same principle is applied in the React, in the Flutter and Swift UI as well. So this is the major principle of Jetpack Compose, and based on this principle, the whole Compose framework is developed. Got it? And there is no need to there is no need of the find UI ID, no need to set the text, and no need to change the visibility manually. You will get the idea when we start the code. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the same thing. So now what is actually the Compose? Compose is a modern Android library, modern UI framework. Correct? So Compose says don't update the UI. You need to only describe the UI. correct? You don't have any, you don't need to take the tension to update the UI will update by the compiler automatically when you change the state. You only need to render the UI and changes in the state. Simple. Now if you see this thing, there is a simple code in the XML. Now if I need to write in the compose, how I can write this? So first I need to create a composable screen. It's a like a function, composable function. You can see this. And is loading is kind of a state. So if it is loading, then circular progress indicator is changed, like or like render. Otherwise text will be render. There is no need of changing the visibility of circular progress indicator, like hide and visible or gone and visible. So based on the condition, we can render the different component. Clear? But what in case of XML, let's say if this condition is in case of the compose XML, so what you need to do there? You need to do like this as well. Like on the same time when you render the text, you need to hide the progress bar. Circular progress dot kind of hide. You need to perform this operation as well. It is okay. So let me just do this here. You need to do this manually here and here also. Like this. Circular. Yes. So if it is in case of the XML, you need to manually do these kind of things. You got it? The difference actually?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
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 Got it. And you can send the reaction as well so that I got understand like you get the clear idea. Like I think reaction tab or option is enabled for everyone. Okay. So before moving any other like theory part, let's directly move to the code. Clear? So Android Studio is visible. Yes. Okay. So when you create a project, clear. Let me remove all the things here. Okay. So when you create a project in the compose, so you can directly do like this, like file new. I think most of the you know, like new project. You can select the compose empty activity. You can type the application name, then finish. Compose test. Okay. Yes. So this is like a simple structure or simple project. Let me close this. Correct. So while you creating the project in the compose, so you have main activity. You don't have the layouts or like layout files or layout package. in which you need to add the layout in the XML. You can create, if you want to add some XML files or XML layout, you want to do the interoperability, you can create. There is no foundation. But yes, like by default in the compose only project, there is no package of the layout. You can see in the resource we have drawable font I have added already. We have map values and these things. So we don't have the drawable folders. Okay. So before going to the directly to the code, first let's understand the structure. So structure is simply same. Let me close all the tabs. Yes. So these are the same things in a normal project as well. Now what is the difference? So difference is just for the this package. So in the compose, while we create the compose project, we have this package UI.theme. Here we have color.kt. Here we can specify all the colors. Clear? So this is a hex code, like hash, and ff is the opacity. Clear? And this is the actual color code. You got it? I think you have an idea about the hex code and hex colors. So ff represent basically the opacity of the colors. Okay. This is the color kt file, so we can define whatever the color we want simply. And we have the theme class. So here this is the dark theme, dark color scheme, and this is a light color scheme. Correct. We can configure the colors based on our preferences and based on our requirement. So by default it generated these schemes. We also have the Jetpack compose theme. So if you go in the main activity, so you can see, so all the UI is wrapped inside a theme. Clear? So inside the theme, so it is taking the material theme. If you go inside the material theme, it is the material 3 compose theme, and it takes the color schema, shapes, typography, and whatever the screen or content of the composable. So it will apply all the things on this content. Now yes, so what is color scheme? So if we go, you can see color scheme is dynamically loaded by the by this logic. So we are only checking the code. It is, this code is by default generated. We can change or optimize or like based on our requirement. Clear? So in the dark theme, it is a dark color scheme, otherwise light color scheme. Got it? Screen stopped. Visible now? Let me put this on the next. Yes. So this is a basically a theme. Now if we go for the type means like typography. Type represent the typography, whatever the like font family, weight, size, colors, or line height, letter spacing. We can specify all the things here in the typography. So by default it is giving this kind of typography to us. So if I go inside the typography, so it's a class in which there are like a lot of parameter. Based on your requirement, you can put all the colors and all the typography here. So right now you can see we have body large, so it is defined body large. You can, if you want to define, you can define the title small as per your requirement. Let's say title large, and I can define I can change the things. So what does it mean? So if anywhere in any composable text or any component I want to use the some font and text for this, so instead of directly hard coding all these things in the text, we can directly use the typography. I will explain you how you can use the typography, but right now it's enough that we have typography, and we can create the custom typography as well. So I will also explain the custom typography. So as I have created already here, like medium 12, medium 14. So this typography is depend company to company, like what type of the design system they have. So you can create based on your requirement. Now I have created this based on my requirement. I will explain this further. Now we have the clarity of this. Now if I need to move to the main activity, So the major thing comes here. The first thing is that in the normal XML code, main activity is extended by the app compact activity. Clear? And in the compose, we need to extend this using the component activity. Now, what is the difference between component activity and app compact activity? Anyone know about this? Okay, let's forget about the component activity. Can anyone tell me like what actually the app compact activity? Anyone?
I think it's basically extending the activity with the material design features in the app compact activity.
So this is basically like app compatibility to previous Android versions as well for the like.
Okay, so
current
like if I do
activity.
not extend any class with the app compact activity, then is it still the activity?
No, it is not an activity.
It is a normal Java class.
So basically, we cannot override the activity methods like.
Yeah, we can use the simple activity, right, instead of app compact.
Correct, exactly. So like now in case of compose, we also have the component activity. Like we can use the app compact activity also here. But now what is the difference? If I go inside the app compact activity,
That contains here.
yes, what?
Jetpack compose will not be there in app compact.
Jetpack compose will be what?
Jetpack compose won't be there in app compact activity.
Okay. Jetpack compose not be there in app compact activity. I don't think so. It is this statement is correct. Because like set content we can also use there.
Let me check.
Okay, so like you can do anything, but the use case is that if you have some kind of let's say permission related to the main XML things or like main fragment things as well, or like some kind of things related to the that things that we do not require in the compose. So at that time you can use the app compact activity. Clear? But component activity you can say it's kind of a like base activity. Sorry, not base, basically it's kind of a like child activity. My screen is stopped now. Second. Entire screen. Okay, so I'm saying like app compact activity and component activity. So component activity you can say as a like lightweight activity as compared to the app compact activity, because in app compact activity we have support for lot more features. Like we have support for the fragments, we have support for the kind of multiple things. But in the component activity we don't need those things here. We only need the set content, simple set content of the composable, and we can create all the UI. So for this we can use the component activity. So it's a like lightweight base activity that provides you the basically lifecycle awareness. It is provided as well. View model support also provide, and also provide the compose support. Clear? It is clear,
Yes.
guys? Okay, but yes, like if you want to do the things, like if you want to do some interoperability with the XML and compose, correct? So in that case you definitely go with the app compact activity. Okay, so yes, like I will explain the example in the further class how you can do the interoperability things, and what is the exact use case in the compose for that. Now if I go with the main activity, so this is a simple theme inside. So first we have set content, then we have simple theme, then we have scaffold, then we have this is function. Now before understanding this code, let's understand this. If we want to build anything in the compose, so we need to create a function, and that function should be annotated by the composable annotation. So it tells the compiler that hey, I am a composable function, treat me like a composable function, just like a suspend function and coroutine. Clear? So similar as the composable function. So if you need to create any component, any UI, any screen, each and everything is a composable, or you can say a composable function. So you can see this creating is a composable function, and this function is a simple function if I remove the @ composable. Clear? Now if I annotate this using the composable, now this function, this simple function becomes the composable function. Now this text, if I go inside this text is also a composable function. So you can see this, if I remove this composable function, it gives an error. If I click on this function which invoke @ composable function must be marked with the composable annotation, similar to the suspend function, because suspend function can only be called from suspend function only, or like coroutine scope. Clear? It's kind of that. Yes, great. So yes, this is a simple function. Now if I remove this, now what actually the scaffold is? So scaffold you can understand like a kind of a structure. It provides the structure of a composable function. Means like if I have where is the Excalibur? Yes. If I have this screen, correct, I need to create the toolbar, I need to create the bottom bar, and I need to build some UI here. Let's say these some kind of cards we have, anything I have. So this is our like core content. You can see bottom, top bar. So if you want to create this kind of screen, so every time you need to create first toolbar, then you need to create the bottom bar, and then you can build the UI between these things. So that scaffold solve for us, because like scaffold provide us all the things, like all the arrangement kind of, where we can by default attach the toolbar and bottom bar. You can see if I go inside this, if I go inside this, you can see it facilitates me that it is providing the toolbar, it is providing the bottom bar, it is providing the snack bar as well. Yes, it is providing snack bar, floating action button, all these things. And like if you do normally, so every time we need to align each and every component by giving some alignments. Like if I need to align the top bar on the top, so I need to align that in the like top, I need to align that manually in the bottom. But scaffold solves this for us. If we give the top bar in the scaffold, so it automatically align the top bar on the top. If I give the bottom bar, then it automatically align the bottom bar on the bottom of the screen. You got it? It is not necessary to add the scaffold. You need to understand this. It is not necessary to add scaffold. You can remove the scaffold as well, and you can run this function. I don't know why it is creating the issue, like every time it is stopping. It is visible. Compose cohort. Okay, if I try to run this, It is taking time. Yes. So you can see it is very small and attach on the completing status bar. Clear. But yes, like it is render. If I give some margin or padding, it is aligned or like it is detached from the status bar. But our main intent is that without scaffold, we can build the UI and render the UI. Clear. Now the thing is, if I undo this and this thing, if I remove this as well, let's check this. Okay, so okay, 10 days cohort compose. Okay. So you can see still I have added the scaffold, but still it is on the top because like scaffold doesn't have any relation by the alignment. But yes, what if I give the window insets padding here? So it takes the padding of the status bar and it will align below the status bar. Got it? So this is a simple composable rendering. Now, this we have understood. Clear? Now what I need to do? I need to understand this. So what actually is done behind the scene of set content? Like here, what actually the role of set content? Anyone tell me in the XML? What exactly the set content do?
UI inflate.
UI inflate. Okay. ठीक है. Correct. So same thing is done here. Actually, it is not inflating. Basically, it is rendering or like showing the UI kind of or building the UI tree. You can understand like this. Clear. Now, what happened inside the set content? Let's understand in terms of the compose. So what set content does? It creates a compose runtime, creates a composer and start composition. So what actually the composition is? Before understanding the composer, let's understand the composition. Composition is the when our compose UI is rendered on a screen first time. That is the composition. Clear? Render first time. And at the same time, our compose UI tree is built. Simple. So composition is when the composable or UI is rendered first time. This is the composition. Why I am telling you the composition? Because we have also recomposition. So before understanding the recomposition, we must have idea about the composition. What actually the composition is. It is clear to everyone. Okay. Now, how this composition happen? Like who is responsible to compose the UI? Clear. So composer is responsible behind the scene to compose this UI or for this composition. You can understand or like think like this. Composer is an like internal engine that execute the composable function, track is its state and decides when to recompose and store UI tree in memory. You got it? Means like it's an internal function. So what it does, when we write the set content, it creates a compose runtime and creates a composer as well. What composer does? To composer helps for the initial composition of the composable function. It creates the UI tree because every component, everything is is developed in a compose in kind of the UI tree. I will show you as well. Second, stop sharing entire screen. Yes. Now visible. So set content starts composition. Composable executes like normal function. Composer builds UI tree and it tracks the state. So before like when we understand the XML and compose, I have highlighted one thing. The compose changes its component or its UI based on the state changes. So that state is the exactly thing. So who is responsible to do all these things? Composer is responsible to do all these things. Correct? And on changes of the state, it create or like it re-renders the composable function. So what is recomposition? Just a like a brief idea, just a like simple normal idea is that first rendering is the composition, and after that, after the first rendering, any times of rendering, that is known as the recomposition. Clear? Yes. Now the thing is, sorry. Yes, what you need to remember that first is composition means UI is added to the screen. Recomposition means UI is re-executed when state changes. Then there is one more thing, that is the disposable, when UI is removed from the composition. Clear? When UI is no more on the screen. So it is UI is removed and that is the disposal state. Got it? Now we understand the basics of the compose, we understand some internals, we understand the declarative imperative, we understand the difference between XML and compose. I think like it is fine like till here to all of you guys. What we have understood till here. Okay, now yes. So we understand that each function or like each UI is a composable function. So how we can create? So we can create like this. Now, first let's check these things. We have this text, correct? So let's understand the how we can create and beautify the text. How we can apply the styles. How we can add the paddings, margins, setting the background colors. All these things we will understand with the help of this text, correct? So if I go inside the text, so you can see it takes a lot of parameters. It takes a text, means text value. It takes a modifier. Now what exactly the modifier is? So the modifier to be applied to this layout node. What layout node? Means what is the text is, like text node is. So modifier will apply on the complete text. Like if I have this text or like I have this text, so this is my simple text. Now if I add the modifier on this, correct? So whatever the boundary of this text, whatever the root node of this text, modifier will apply all the property from its root node. Let's say I am adding the size, correct? So let's say I adding the fill max width. So if my screen is this, clear, and I have added the text, so by default the text will attach in the corner, clear. If I write this simple in the Android, yes. Sorry. Now if I add the modifier, so I add the modifier, let's say fill max width. What fill max width does, it helps the text to acquire the complete width. So whatever the width, it will acquire completely. So it means the text size, this text node is expanded to the full width. Clear? Now what if I give the background to this text? So this text will take the complete background. Let me, this one, You can see if I add the background, I have not giving any space or any padding. Now after this, basically this is a complete one. Now if I want to add the some padding in the modifier, correct? So if I add the padding after the background color, so it will take the space inside this node, means it will take the state space inside this. You can see if I give the padding, you can see this. If I give some padding from the background, so this is the padding option. This is the padding difference. So this padding is taken by the root node from the all side. Clear? Now if I give the padding before the background color, so it gives the complete padding before this background color. So it means, what does it mean? Like we don't have the margin in the compose. Every margin or every padding we can adjust using the only sirf padding option. It depends on the order of the modifier. You got it? Let me explain this with the code. This is a text. If I add the, let's say, modifier dot fill max width, so it will take the complete state. If I add the background color, means let's say red, color dot red. Clear? If I give the, okay, first let's try to run this. So you can see it is visible to everyone. Okay, now if I give the padding from or like before the background, you can see padding means let's say 16 dp. So it taken the space from outside. 16 dB from all side, from top, bottom, left, right, all side. Clear? And if I give the, let's say, font size, let's say 24 sp. Clear? And I add the color of the text. Color is the, let's say, white, color dot white. Okay, and yes, let's try to run this. Guys, if you like the content and the concepts, so you can take the screenshot as well and try to like post on the LinkedIn as well for the future reference. So you can take the screenshots in between the classes as well. So this is, you can see I added the color, I added the font size, and I added the padding. Now I want to give the spacing after the background color. So what I will do, just add the padding, and let's say I will give the horizontal, just horizontal padding. Horizontal, it will take the 16 dp. You see, it took the padding from inside the background or like after the background. Clear? And if I do the vertical as well, let's say vertical 20 dp. You can see. Clear? Got it. Sorry. Now, how can I apply the font on this? So font family, then we have font family, then we have font, and here you can specify the resource ID r dot font dot, let's say, Poppins medium. Let's try to run this. So font is applied. Clear? Now what if I does the I will this be recorded? Yes, I am recording this session. Don't worry. I am recording this session. I will also provide the complete project GitHub link, and I will also share these screenshot as well.
Thank
So,
you.
yes, no need to worry. Yes, if I add the height, let's say I add the height 300 dB. So you can see, unable to see. Screen stopped. Yes. So you can see. So with this just text and this modifier, I have created this simple kind of layout. Like as a user, it is difficult to judge like it is a single layout or like it is a single text view. But if you are a developer, so you can easily check. How you can check? Anyone, any idea? How you can check the boundaries of the layout?
Layout inspector.
From developer options, you can enable that option.
Great, great. Yes. So those who don't know, let me show them. Where is the settings? Settings. Here. Developer. I think I need to enable the Android build version. Where it is? How it go back? Build number. How there? I think. Just build. Yes, you are now a developer, and let's check the show layout bounds. Show layout. Let's go with the developer option. PVE. Yes, inside the developer option, USB debugging for apps. Yes, here we have show layout bounds. So you can see, if I disable this, it is a normal screen. If I enable this, you can see it is like enable all the layout things on the screen. So you can inspect any layout of any app. Clear? So, and this is very helpful while you are debugging the UI issues. So most of the times you say like I have not written this code in my code, but like in the UI it is looks different. So with the help of this we can debug this thing. So you can see this, our text is this completely, and from this I have given some padding. This is my background, and from inside this I have give also some padding. Clear? Okay, just give me a second. Let me have some water. Yes. So we understand this. Now you can see like this. Like if I need to create a lot of text on a single screen, on a screen, so every time I need to write these things. So to overcome this redundancy, I can create the typography. So let's say if I use the style, inside text style, I can put all these. It will work same as also. Clear? Now if I put all these styles in a typography, let's say material theme dot typography dot, let's say medium 16, as I have already created. Let me share the screen. Yes, as I have already created. So if I go inside the typography, you can see this is a by default typography. I am not going to use this. I am using my custom typography. Clear? So I just create a typography, these kind of extension functions like medium 12, medium 14. So why I give these type of names? Because like medium means the font weight should be medium, font size will be 12, and font weight should be like Poppins medium. So these things will be common for everything, like font size and weight can be changed, correct? So based on the font size and style, I can define a lot of typography, medium 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, like this. Clear? So we don't need to write all the code here. It looks more clean as compared to the previous version. Got it? Okay. So this is a simple text. Now if I need to create the image or button, any other component. So for the image, let's try to create the image here directly. So if I have the image, so we have image composable. Inside this we have like bitmap, content description, all things. We have multiple images. Image, it some take bitmap, some take image vector, some takes painter. Okay, so I'm using the painter because I will take the image from the drawable. So painter resource r dot, and then here drawable dot this one, and each image takes a content description. Content description is mandatory for each image. Content description is nothing but it's kind of the description of the image. So it is like quite easy to identify that this image is used for what type of images. So I'm using, let's say, this one. If I run this, so you can see image is displayed. Clear? So on the image I can also have a lot of things. I can have the modifier as well. So modifier, let's say like fill max width, and here I can have also okay, fill max width. Then let's clip this clip. I can add the rounded corner shape of 16 dp. Run this. Clear? Now if I do the scaling here, content scale, content scale, content scale dot crop. Got it? Now if I give the padding before the clipping, got it? Okay, now we have another thing that is a button. How we can create the button? So for a button we just have simple button composable. If I go inside the button, you can see these are a lot of parameter, but at the end it requiring a composable, and composable can be like any component. So if you want to show the icons and icon or text, you can also pass in the content. So this takes simple modifier. So modifier dot fill max width, I can specify the click here, and inside this I can add the text. So text is the simple thing that we have already discussed. If you need to align the center text, so you can use the text align text center. Clear? Okay, so we have understood the text, this thing. And yes, one more thing, when you create a composable function, so it's a best practice to pass the modifier from outside, so that the parent composable or parent component can control the layout of the component, of the child component basically, and it really helps in the reusability. Clear? So you can see here, this is a greeting, and greeting takes this modifier. Okay, now if this modifier is passed from the outside, so it can be reused, like I can add more styles as well. So if I do this modifier equal to modifier, by default we can set the this modifier object, so that if we don't need to pass the modifier from outside, so it will not give the error. So by default we are assigning the default value. Clear? Now if I add the greeting again and comment this image, now so right now I'm not passing the modifier, so by default it will take this. Now if I pass the modifier here, modifier, then background, let's say color, let's say color dot blue. Let's see this. You can see, so this color actually, this background color actually is set from the outside, not inside the greeting. But this will apply on this modifier, because internally you can see we are passing the modifier from outside, and this modifier is internally used by this greeting text modifier. Is it clear? So if I want to change some text, some any style of any existing composable, I can totally control using the modifier. Okay, so now we understood the greeting, sorry, we understood the text, we understood the image, and we understood the button as well. Clear? Now let me explain you the UI tree, what actually the UI tree is. You can see this is a column, correct? So this is a UI tree, column, text, button, and this kind of text. Now let's check inside this layout inspector. You can see this. This is a component tree, correct? And inside this is a compose theme initially. So what I said, when we use the set content, so composer builds the UI tree, so it builds the component tree. And if I close this is the root node. Inside this we have material theme, and this is a scaffold. You can see scaffold, inside this we have a greeting. Inside the scaffold we have greeting only, because image is comment right now. And inside the greeting we have text, and you can see all the properties here of that component. Text, clip, overflow, all the properties here. Got it, guys? So this is a compose tree. Now, so we understood these three basic components. Now let's talk about the some kind of layouts. Already we are out of the time, but okay, let's have a little discussion on this. Clear? So let me go with the profile screen. Profile screen card. Okay. Let me comment this and run this. So you can see this is a complete layout we have designed. This is an image. These are simple text. Clear? Now how we can design this? Because it has some kind of arrangements. So if you need to do some kind of arrangements, so in that case you need have some layouts that define the total arrangement of the component. Where will the each component will align on the screen? Am I correct? Do we need some arrangement, no? Some layouts kind of things. Exactly. Then if I go in the Excalibur row, let me explain the layout as well. ठीक है. Here. Layouts. ठीक है. Layouts we have in Compose. We have mainly 4 types of layout. Box. So we start with the row. Then we have column. Then we have box, and then we have constraint layout. Yes, we do have constraint layout in the Compose as well. Concept is still same. Okay, now what is row? Row is basically in which our UI, in which our component is arranged in a row format like this. Clear? This is a row. Yes, I will tell you the weight as well. Don't worry. Weight will be inside the layout. Correct. So before going to weight, we need to understand these layouts. So this is column, and what does column mean? The component will arrange in a vertical fashion like this. Clear? Okay. Now we have the box. So in case of box, if I need to overlay the things on top of each other, in that case our box is used. Clear? So in the box we have multiple type of arrangement. We can attach on the top corner, top start, top end, in center as well, in complete center, and in bottom end. We can place anywhere, like we can place this thing anywhere. Also, if I do not specify any arrangement, so it will directly basically overlay on the same component. Clear? Overlay. Got it, guys? Yes, kind of, you can say. Kind of, you can say. Okay, so the basic thing we understood. Now constraint layout is same. So if you want to make a complex layouts proper responsive, so in that case we need to use the constraint layout, but not for the simple layouts. Like there is no need to add the constraints for the simple layouts. We can go with the row column box. But if we have a huge or big or complex layout, then we only need to go with the constraint layout. It is clear. We will discuss the constraint layout in other sessions, but let's understand this row column and box. Now if I go in the code, so you can see like this is a card basically. In this UI, what you can see, this is a parent container in which I have give the color. You can see these components are aligned in a row. First is at the start, second is at the end. Then this row and this image card is aligned in a horizontal fashion. So it means this one and this one, this image is arranged in the vertical fashion in a column. Got it? You can see one more thing. These three dots are aligned at the top corner. So this we have achieved using the box. Clear? Now let's see the code. We have profile card screen. So before moving to anything, you can see like this. This is a simple column, correct? So each column or row must have the modifier. So this has modifier. This column I have given the fill max size. I specify the background color for this complete screen, and this padding that you can see here. This is a 12 dp padding from outside this UI. Clear? So this is the parent one. If I remove this, if I comment this, you can see. Got it? Now I want top component for a row. So every component will align in a vertical fashion. So let me uncomment this row part. Clear? So in this row part, you can see we have text and we have button. So it means text and button will align in a horizontal fashion. Clear? Now you can see it is taking the fill max width, and vertical alignment is, what is vertical alignment? If I remove this, you will get the better idea. If I comment this basically, you can see this is a text one, this is a button, and these attached to each other in a horizontal fashion. Now if I add the vertical alignment center vertically, it means all the components will align the center vertical of the UI of the parent row. You got it? It is both components are center aligned. Now if I give the horizontal arrangement dot space between, so it will add the space between these two cards. Sorry, these two components. Clear? Now one more thing, if I don't want to add the horizontal alignment, I can use the spacer. Spacer is for the spacing. Spacer is for the spacing. If I add this, now you can see fill max width. I do like this, so it is taking the fill width, complete width, taking the spacer, and this button is moved outside the screen. Now how can we resolve this? So there is a concept of weight that someone has asked. We can give the weight 1f. Sorry, it is debugged. You can see without horizontal arrangement or space between, we can give the weight. But weight is not recommended. Like you can use the spacer, no issue. You can use the weight, no issue. But like if I need to, I have a lot of text, so in that case it is better to specify on the top level, because row is also providing us this functionality. We don't need to add this component in the UI tree. Clear? So right now we only have two components in the UI tree, but if there is no need, then it doesn't require to add the three composable in a UI tree. Clear? So this is a simple row. So this what does weight do? So weight kind of like it. Can you just add one more text with space between? Okay. First let me this, and we'll explain the what weight do. You can see, so it takes the full width, but give the like equal space between all the component. If I small this, it will be more clear. You can see. Got it? Now, what actually the weight is? Like anyone can answer this. What actually the weight in the XML? So why we use the weight in XML, not about the compose? Allocation of space. Yes. Allocation of space. Anyone? Any other? Yes, we'll explain the alignment and arrangement, but like before this, I just want to know from you guys what actually the weight do.
It actually distributes the space.
Correct. So based on the
between the
width,
view.
correct. Based on the width, it distributes the space. So right now you can see, if I remove this text and add the simple spacer, I command this horizontal arrangement. So you can see whatever the space it has, or like whatever the space it required on the complete screen, so it acquire all the things as a space, but it doesn't take the space of the other component. So that's why we add the weight 1f. Clear? Someone has asked this weight. With chain style too. What chain style? What does it mean? You are talking about the constraint layout. Yes. So chain is different in the constraint layout. Correct. But there is no chaining in the row and column. Okay. So we have only spacer in the row and column. Now what is yes, who have asked the spacer thing? Is it clear to? किसने पूछा था? Like who have asked? Yes. Okay. So if I change the value of weight, let's say 2f. Okay, now if I change the weight of 0.5f, if I change the weight of 0.1f, correct, so it means you can see here inside this weight, the proportional width to give this, the proportional width to give to this element as related to the total of the weight sibling must be positive. Like it might be fill, or like when true, the element will occupy the whole width allocation. So it ranges from 0.0 to the not specify the full range. So like it only simple means like whenever we use the weight, so whatever the proportional width of the element, so let's say on a single screen I have 3 items, correct, so based on the 3 items it left all the spaces, clear, and divide, like whatever the space is pending it acquire all the space. It is not taking the weight of its siblings. You can understand like a fill, so it fill the complete gap. Clear? Okay, and this value will work like right now in this case. If I change any value, so it is not like seeing any difference. But what if I do the thing? If I do the thing here, if I do like this one, and if I do this one, let's do this first. 0.5, try this. So what you can see here, there is the first thing is that where specifies the fill max width. So this is the issue. You can see, so due to change in any value it is not reflecting the things because we are already set the fill max width. So if I remove this, then now it will show the exact difference. If I do the like 0.5f and remove this text, if I try to run this, got it, if I try to run this and then space entire screen, it is visible. Zero 0.1f. Why it is not you give weight to each and every widget. So that's correct. That's correct. In the modifier, if I add the modifier and weight, let's say 2f, correct. So in the XML we do like this, 2f. If I do like this, yes, you can see. So spacer is basically a simple component. So with the spacer, if I give anything or like any weight in the spacer, so it acquire the complete screen. Now based on the other childs to a button, like if I add weight in the second button or if I add in the first button as well, modifier or weight, let's say like 1f here, then you can observe the change. And if I make this 0.5, now you can clearly see this. So spacer is this 0.5 and this button is taking the twice weight of the like screen part. It is not actually doubling the button, it is actually taking the twice of the space of the screen parts. Basically this component is divided into multiple parts, this complete row. You got the use of the weight, everyone. Okay, so let's do this. And now another thing is the spacer. We have spacer width, correct, and we also have the spacer height. So instead of this, like every time I need to write like this, like if I need to write the spacer and modifier, then height, let's say 20 dp or 16 dp. Let's do this. Let's comment this. What it does, so it adding the space of 16 dp below this card. You can see this red thing, it is adding some kind of space. If I increase this, let's say 40, so you can see this red line is already increased. What if I uncomment this card, okay, then try to run this. So you can see I have added the spacer of height 40 dp. Clear? Now every time if I need a spacer, I need to write this whole thing. So for that, what I can do, I can create extension function of spacer. Now if I go inside this spacer, modifier, no. Okay, if I create like this, you can see this is a column info. Why I like this? I do this. So this is a spacer height. I create this extension function providing the value from outside and write all the code here, same code, so that every time I don't need to write all this line, I can simply write this is spacer height. Clear? So if I try to run this, comment this. Now let's check it is giving or not. 16. Then if I add the 50 dp, sorry, not dp, got it? So it is adding the height, so we can create the function as well here. Okay, now if I go inside the card, so inside the card I have simple column and simple box. So inside the first, if I go inside the card, you can see we have modifier, we have shape, we have colors, we have elevation, border, all the things, and each composable should take the content, composable content. Okay, so I give the modifier fill max width, then I create a shape like this, rounded corner shape. Then inside the card I can specify the arrangement. So inside this card I need image and this text view. So for that I need to add the column, then fill max width, background, I have set the card background. This color we have set in the colors file. Okay, so inside the column I have created a box. Let's forget this box. Let's forget this initially. Let's directly add this, forget the box. So this is a simple image, clear, and this is another column. Inside this I have added text and another text and another text, these three text. This code is clear to everyone, like this simple column code. So you can see I have this spacer height, image, and these three text. Clear? Now I want I want to add a three dots or like setting icon on the top end of this image. So I need to wrap this image inside a box so that I can overlap another component. So that's why I can do like this box. Inside the box I can add the image and I can add this icon. Let me remove this. Yes. So inside the box, what I have done. So if I go the box, so box is also take modifier, alignment, constraint and content. So if you see, I have simply added the image, then this is the icon. This icon is similar to the image that we have already discussed. So in icon takes an image vector and we can give the icons using icons.default dot using this more vertical, or we also have a lot of icons. Anyone I can give. Content description is vertical icon, then it's a modifier. Now the main thing is alignment. If I remove this align, you can see. So this dot is come here, start, top start on the root node basically. If I add the alignment, then it will shift to the top end. Clear? So you got the proper idea about these three types of layout: row, column and box. Like I can explain you using a simple examples as well, but like I thought ki like with the help of a proper UI, it would be better to understand. I am not going with the blog or article language, so that's why I have created this UI. So I hope guys you all understand about the basics of the compose, basics of the components and the layouts. Any doubt till here? Guys, anyone have any doubt?
I have one doubt, but it is not regarding the components which we learned.
Okay.
I just wanted to know that, let's say there is a project which is using a Views and XML like legacy code. So in which we want to build a module with Jetpack Compose, one new module. So can we have that connection interoperability and would it be like seamless, or do we need to deal with some kind of problems in interoperability? That is my question.
No, it's completely feasible. You can do. So if you
Sure,
want
sure.
to do like this, so we in compose, we have compose view. If you want to add a compose view in XML layout, so we have compose view tag, and you can create the ID. You can add the like layout params like match parent wrap and all these things like any other component in the XML. So we have compose view, and with the help of view binding, whatever the things is, we can set the content inside the compose view. Clear? So that if you
Like,
want to use the compose view inside the XML, that we can do. But if I want to use the any XML layout or any XML things in the compose, that we can also definitely do. We have Android view. Clear? So mostly we use that type of thing in the web view. So if we made these things in the, or like make us some web view, so we can use the Android view, correct? And if I have some fragments as well, we can also wrap inside the Android view. And these kind of things we have done mostly in the battery smart. So their major code was in the XML. So if I need to reuse the existing UI, existing code, existing screens, so yes, like we can do, but it has some kind of difficulties with the interoperability, like proper state management, rendering, these kind of things.
yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, any other doubt? Like everyone, like whatever I have explained. So it is clear now to everyone, guys. Great. So I think like you don't have any doubt. If you have, you can ask. Otherwise, like let's wrap up the session. I think this session is
Can you just
exhaustive.
explain me that arrangement?
Arrangement. Okay. Uh, Let me explain the arrangement. So you can see these are these three components I have with different size. Okay, so by default all are aligned on the top in a row. I'm talking about the row, correct? So if I want that my all components should be in center to each other, means like this kind of chaining. So if I want to do like this, so I can do using the arrangement, vertical arrangement. So here I can apply the vertical arrangement, vertical arrangement. Clear? You got it? This is a vertical arrangement. If I need to add the horizontal arrangement, so horizontal arrangement helps in adding the space and adding the alignment of the component in horizontal manner. So let's say if I need to add the space between these things, so I can add space between, horizontal arrangement or space between, correct? If I want constant spacing between all the component, so I can do spaced by. I think I have not told you that. We can use, let's say I have these three components, these two. What is the issue? Okay. Clear. I want to remove the spacer. What I want to do, horizontal arrangement dot spaced by, let's say 12 dp. So 12 dp, like each component is separated by the 12 dp. I don't need to do the spacer manually again and again. Got it? I can change the value. So horizontal arrangement, do the arrangement in a horizontal manner. Clear? Similar for the column. So for a vertical arrangement, like whatever, in case of row, whatever the behavior of the horizontal arrangement, that is similar in the column, correct? So you can add the space in a vertical fashion. Let's say you are making a recycler view and you want to add a space between each items. So you can use the spaced by, vertical arrangement dot spaced by. So here in a row we are using a space by in a horizontal, but in a column we can use the space by in the vertical pattern. Clear? Now same thing is the horizontal arrangement. So if I have different size of layout like this, clear? So these will come like this, but I want like horizontal arrangement should be center. So each component will be comes in center like this. So these are the arrangements. It is clear? Okay. Okay guys, so I think we have covered the most of the basic things, themes, layouts, components, and what will be the session for tomorrow. Image icons we have covered. Okay, so the second is the recomposition state. So in the tomorrow session we will understand the recompositions, state management, remember savable, these kind of things. Clear? So hope you like the session for the today. Stretch हो गया थोड़ा सा.
Yeah, we'll get the recording after this session.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But like kindly do not ask instantly. Like it will take at least like one day. As like I need to do some edits and like need to upload, because like the size of the recording will be too much high. So it depends on the laptop storage as well for the exporting. Correct.
And this like slides too, na? Select draw slides.
Okay, ठीक है. Like I will add the screenshots in the repository. Clear? And before
Yes.
that, kindly share me your email, GitHub email. Clear? I will provide you the GitHub access. You can clone the repository, and let me tell you the branch as well. The branch is day one compose basics. Clear? Yes, you can share in the group, WhatsApp group.
We cannot send message on WhatsApp.
Yes, yes, definitely. You can send
It's
message on
admin
the.
restricted, I think.
Yes, what?
It's admin restricted.
Okay, okay. In the group.
We
Yes,
cannot send
I will
that.
open. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
sure.
I will allow you so that everyone can send the message.
Mhm.
Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.